What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Who Is You? We have a very special guest today with me.
I'm M40 Furian, and I am the chosen one, sir.
You are the chosen one, that's right. I can never say your name right. It's like M40 Furian. Furian.
It's Furian. And for those who are mentally retarded like my friend Redocto here, just think Fury plus in.
It's so hard to say.
It's not that hard to say.
Okay, let's move on. But anyway, welcome to the first episode, like I said. But thanks to all of you that wrote your questions on the comment section in the introduction video. It was great. Some of the questions were pretty stupid. But before we get into those questions, I have a few questions myself because I'm a very curious person and I like to get to know you. A little bit of background of yourself, where you come from, or how you started all this.
I came from a really shady area on YouTube doing like, what's it called now? Competitive sniping. I have to admit I was at a point where I was calling everything BK status and get on my level and stuff like that. But I've learned not to be so stupid and smarten up.
Good.
And that's where I am now.
And how do you like it so far, the change from the competitive sniping?
Well, the change has been pretty awesome. It wasn't necessarily I was heavily into the sniping part. I was actually sort of like a publicity manager for X-Gen, if anyone here has heard of them.
Never heard of them. Ha!
So yeah, that should be the answer to that question. And then I just started doing commentaries like this and such, trying to be as little as awkward as possible, even though that's basically gone out the window, this commentary. But yeah.
Next question that I wanted to ask was like, what does gaming kind of mean to you when you consider, all these aspects in your life, like social or like studying?
Well, to be honest, I really think it's important for everyone out there as well. Something I like to follow is you really not supposed to take gaming that seriously. And yes, I understand if you're trying to go MLG Pro, pick snipes or whatever, then definitely take it seriously, I guess.
I mean, even then, I think you should,
yeah, you should go ahead with
boundaries.
a light heart, basically.
Right.
And real life should always come first. And for some people, that's a really hard lesson to learn. I know my friend Redocto had an issue with that in StarCraft.
Who is this friend of yours? He sounds really awesome. That's just me.
I know, some just weird, awkward Asian, just always on StarCraft and never playing with Furian on COD.
I mean, I don't want to take too much of the time, asking my questions. So let's move on to the questions that people wanted to ask you.
All right.
So we are M40A3. That's probably Cables, right? He asked you, how many condoms do you go through a night?
Depends on the size.
What?
Just kidding. Let's just put this out here. Cables is an awkward enabler. He definitely just put a whole new spin on this commentary, so we're going to skip over that question. Let's continue.
But I really want to know.
Well, it's not happening, and I can guarantee you nothing happened last night, so let's go.
Okay, so Jim Doggy 1 asked, how do you like your eggs?
Scrambled, I guess. Thanks,
eggs.
Jim Doggy, for taking an interest in my protein byproduct. That's a very interesting question. Next.
Next. No, I get to call next. But anyway, Mr. Day Zen asked, which person do you hate more, Rebecca Black or Justin Bieber?
I'm going to go with Rebecca Black mainly because
Really?
for two reasons. One, Justin Bieber is Canadian, and that basically shows that Canadians have the ability to gain popularity, even though everyone thinks we're like, her up there in the maple syrup. But with Rebecca Black mainly, she kind of represents a person I really like, a type of person I really don't like, because apparently in order to get that song she had, her parents spent a lot of money on getting her a record deal, so...
Wow.
Buying your way into things I'm no fan of, not to mention her music. It's just
That is
preschool.
True. I feel like at least Bieber has some kind of talent when it comes to,
yeah,
singing.
he can technically sing.
Technically. So yeah, I mean, I think we ran out of time here.
Aw,
Well,
snap.
thanks for joining me, Furian.
Furian, yes.
Oh, I got it right. Yes. But before you go, I kind of want you to ask a question for the next guest
All
that
right.
I'm gonna interview. It's gonna be M40 Clizmik, if you didn't know.
All right. Can I actually ask two questions because two pop in my head immediately when I think of them. That has
Sure,
that
I'll make an
just no
exception.
no homo there, no homo there.
Okay.
One is if you had to make a new color, what would the name of the color be and
Oh.
why? And why does your name so closely relate and pop into people's minds as
Ooh.
clitoris and orgasmic?
I know where this is
That
going.
is so. Those two questions go off and interview that sexy man.
Well, I'll definitely ask those questions to him.
So should I
Um,
do a little outro
yeah,
now?
I was gonna say thanks for being on the show, and do you want to say anything to the audience before you go?
Yeah, sure. This has been Mitch or Furion, and I will see you guys on the M40 page later.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. Bye bye.
Every day I'm shuffling.